Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to All Quiet in the Trenches. This is episode number 4. Last time out, we finished off with a battle, a rotation at the front, and in that fight, mixed success. There was 3 tasks that we were given, and we only succeeded in 2. We failed to take the enemy trench when they told us to push. So with one failed portion of that, it wasn't all success. It was just a partial. But the good news was all 4 of our guys, which we only had 4 entering after losing 2 in the previous fight. We came back not only with all 4 alive, and not just came back with all 4, but we came back with all 4 unwounded. And we did take out some of the enemy, including taking a couple captives. So we did well in the grand scheme of things, and hopefully are setting ourselves up for a better chance of success. It's easier to make a push when you have 6 or 7 guys in your squad versus 4 alone. Speaking with Hennig, Unteroffizier, resupply came in. I had to bring your ration directly to your unit's stockpile. So the mission we carried out last time to offset worked out this time, and we actually have gotten something back, so that's good. Meanwhile, on Karlsbruck, as you can see, the trenches, we didn't lose the trench. We defended it just fine. Now I have to think about how we can regain the loss. We didn't lose any ground. I hope you'll try harder next time. We didn't take their trench, but we didn't lose our trench. We defended our trench just fine. That's a weird one. And he apparently has a task for us. We still have our exceptional prestige, at least. We have a few prisoners of war in our camp that need guarding until they can be moved to a prison. Till then, it's your responsibility. You know, the good thing about that task is it only uses 2 guys. It's an easier task. It doesn't have morale issues. It doesn't make you weak. It's a simple task. And we keep getting that task. We're getting that task because we've been maintaining exceptional prestige. It's the job you want to get. Everybody's getting a job. It's just who gets the good job, who gets the low down, dirty, nobody wants it job. We've been lucking out not getting those because we've kept things good with our Lieutenant von Karlsbruck. You can see his morale's fairly high. Meanwhile, things with the hospital are not looking great, and Nurse Elizabeth. Thank you for taking the wounded to the field hospital as quickly as possible, even though they were not members of your troop. That should be a given. I just have the feeling that it's not. But it helps us immensely if we can treat the wounded as quickly as possible. We're going to leave for the moment, but I have a feeling we're going to come back to talk with her. Depends on what happens here. Vellinger. The latrine is filled to the brim. Someone should take care of that before it overflows. Okay, so that does pick up an extra task. That puts us on 3 guys for this turn. We'll go ahead and do those. Helping in the field hospital is if we have 2 or more free. Friday, July 16th. One evening, Bosa came back to camp with a whole crate worth of food. He placed it with the rest of our stock and wandered off, whistling and lost in thought. When our eyes met, he hesitated for a brief, unsure moment before muttering a friendly greeting. Praise the initiative for the good. He received my kind words with gratitude. Wherever he might have found the supplies, surely we would be able to make good use of them. Wednesday, July 21st, 5 days later already. One evening, Gummerbunt was sitting in front of his tent, polishing his boots with dedication. Lotsa came up and quietly watched for a bit before asking, "Why do you even bother? They'll just get dirty again." Cumberbunt frowned. "So do clothes and homes, and still you clean those, don't you?" Lotsa shrugged. "Those don't get dirty every other step. Our boots do, especially in this mud. Besides, who am I supposed to impress with my shiny boots around here?" Hearing that, Cumberbunt paused, laid down his cleaning rag, and locked eyes with Lotsa, his expression somber and grave. "Honor demands that a German soldier is to represent the Vaterland at all times." With a contemptuous downward gaze, he added, "And your boots are a disgrace to the Vaterland." Lotsa rolled his eyes dismissively. It was then that he noticed me, and for a moment worry flashed across his face. "Herr Unteroffizier?" As you were. We'll just say as you were. It's okay. Well, let it go. They have their moment. One has a standard. One has a different standard. Cumberbunt Not happy that I didn't immediately take his side. As somebody who spent lots of time cleaning stupid ass boots, yeah. I'm not on that side for this one. Herr Unteroffizier! The field attendant seemed rather irate when he approached me. One of your men stole from me! Lotsa took a whole crate of food from my storehouse. We need to stay on his good side. My apologies, sir. Of course, I'll see to it that the goods are returned to you promptly. I assured him. He seemed satisfied by that. That's all I wanted. I understand that the men don't have a lot of faith in logistics, given the uncertain state of things, but we're doing the best we can, and our job does not get any easier when supplies go missing like this. Handed over the stolen goods, we said friendly goodbyes. Appreciate the guy for the initiative, but also respect the guy who you're stealing from and deal with it. Prestige dropped? Come on. Not like I'm the one who took it, but I suppose I could have caught the guy who did and dealt with it initially. Let's see, bad weather, double rations, down to tired. Why? What did you do? Hey, that's why. It's a new guy. It's a new guy. We have 5. Negative events. Look like you are exactly the man I am looking for. Unteroffizier, right? Wonderful. If I may introduce myself, Reinhard Hunt, your new guy. Predecessor is fine. Alright, we're back to 5. Squad is building up once again. Carlsbrook unit is tasked with guard duty. Those are like the 2 easiest tasks. They only use 2. This one is only slightly exhausting. There are far worse tasks out there. Now we have 5 guys, 2 assignments, and we're at the end of the turn. Now, with the hospital full, is a good time to head up there and offer some assistance. You're a godsend. Your men would be of great help, as many as you can spare. Now, it is exhausting, but it'll improve the occupancy. She's going to be doubly grateful, though it is depressing and unpleasant, so we don't want to do too much, but we're going to just spend 1 turn with this, except for maybe Vellinger, our lowest guy. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll send 2 guys to help. Vellinger's going to get a rest. Take the new guy to assist. Take Lotsa to assist. Already the final day of July. No, actually, even one further. August the 1st. Lotsa was engrossed in a newspaper. I looked over his shoulder and saw that he was reading news from the Eastern Front. Author of the article was making fun of the riots and strikes that had broken out in Russia. Russian soldiers, originally deployed against the protests, had defected to the protesters. I will say this will weaken the Russians. This will weaken the Russians, I said. Yes, he stammered, caught off guard. Lenin. Yeah, he coughed and then paused. We are in the German trenches here, after all. That is our enemy. We don't necessarily want to push socialism to the troops. Lenin shouldn't be of any further interest to you, I said. I know. Hunt looked neat and well-groomed, and yet I noticed right away that his appearance did not entirely comply with the regulations. Only when he came closer did I realize that he wore a blue forget-me-not in his buttonhole and had turned up the collar of his uniform jauntily. His sleeves had also been skillfully and prominently rolled up. You look fancy. He was pleased. Yes, I have a flair for aesthetics, he declared. When the war is over, I'll make films that capture the beauty in this world. Talked about the budding film industry that was just beginning to flourish. There was gained a foothold in it. At first, I only operated the projector in the cinema, but then the owner of the cinema, who also owns a film production company, started using me more and more for all kinds of work. Never stopped talking, and I listened attentively until we were interrupted. Yeah, there you go. Positive events. He's happy. Very compassionate, 2 of them. Okay. Less strained for... That's Vellinger. There you go, Vellinger. Doing better here. That was a good turn. Good mood was added. Hospital full is removed. Things are back to normal. We just only have the high prestige instead of the excellent prestige. But we do have good mood, and overall things are going well at the moment. Now into the month of August. Soon be able to relieving our comrades in the trenches. Make sure your people are ready. What's our task this time around? To expand the rear trenches. Don't let enemy artillery or snipers dissuade you. Because we're down to the high prestige. We're getting a dirtier, worse task. It's behind the face cam, but we have 2 turns until we head back to the trenches ourselves. All we have this turn is this task. We don't need to relieve anyone. We don't need to take on any extra duties. We could use some rest. Hunt. If you divert your eyes over that direction, you'll see what I'm excited about. The weather has cleared. It's August. Things are looking up. 1 turn till the trenches. So, there you are, Herr Unteroffizier. Wilhelm Schmidtbauer. I have been assigned to your group. You and me, we'll show these youngsters what the old guard is made of, won't we? Rats, they're back. Your unit is tasked with guard duty. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one to get. Not the best one, but second best one to get. And that's 4 guys, 6 of them. We will definitely rest the 2 most weary. The tasks are pretty similar, so it doesn't matter who goes to which. Pedersen definitely doing better. Lotsa, Schmidtbauer. Lotsa on guard duty along with, say, Pedersen. Give Kammerbunt a chance to recover this time. August 26th. It's been a month plus. There was a strange atmosphere to the camp today. While my men were doing... were going about their daily duties as usual, it was clear that their attention was drawn towards the nearby fields, which was hardly a surprise, as that was where the noise came from. The wailing of an infant. Perhaps the mother had seen no other option but to bring her child to work. After a few minutes of listening to the cries, Vellinger put his rifle down next to his tent and took off towards the field. Unsure of his motives, I followed him at a few meters' distance. However, when he arrived at the barbed wire that divided our camp from the nearby fields, he made an attempt to get the woman's attention. Still a few steps behind them, I watched a clumsy attempt at communication unfold, and even if it took what little foreign language skills they both possessed, and hands and feet to boot, in the end I understood that he was offering to take care of the child until the woman was done with her work. Yeah, of course. As somebody who owns a daycare, of course! I supported his offer. The woman looked back and forth between us, wary of our intentions. Then she gave a grateful nod, spoke some soothing babble to the toddler, and lifted it over the barbed wire where Bellinger stood ready to take it. He signaled her that he would stay close, and then took a few steps back towards our camp to find a comfortable spot to sit. The child fell quiet almost as soon as he picked it up, likely kept silent by a combination of fear and curiosity towards this stranger. But Fellinger managed to win the child's sympathy in no time, his mixture of calm voice and wild grimaces delighting the babe in no time. His eyes were shining with happiness, while the child's carefree laughter could be heard well into our camp, and soon a few more of my men had gone to enjoy the little island of innocent happiness that surrounded Vellinger and his temporary ward. But when the woman finished up her farm work and came to take her child back, it was sleeping peacefully in Vellinger's arms. She showered him with gratitude and praises, and it was quite some time before she took her leave back to the village. Vellinger, however, remained where he was, watching the both of them for as long as they remained, and then some, sighing heavily before eventually returning to camp. I like that. That was a good story. Fairly tolerant added. There you go. That's Vellinger. Finally exerting some good mood and a positive event, well rested. Negative events have been removed. Tired is removed. Less tired, like, good. I can't believe though, Cumberbund. I'm gonna give him 1 day off. Someone jaded is removed. A lot of, that was a very good turn for us. Positive events increase. Low food supplies is added right before we head, and we are changed to an excellent mood. So we now have excellent mood and high prestige, and on the verge of excellent prestige, just in time to head back to the front. This is the turn. Back to the trenches. And we're on to the trenches. This time back with 6 soldiers in the squad will make a big difference. Already, one of the guys is tired, even though we've literally just arrived and have done nothing. One of the guys is strained, even though we've just arrived. Rations for 2 days is what we enter with, and we're at a skirmish level right now. And once again, for the second time in a row, we have an 8-turn rotation. Will we get through the 8 turns without a fight? Or will it be like last time and a fight is inevitable? Karlsbrook, what do you think, Herr Unteroffizier? Do we want to play a little trick on the French? Send some of your men out into no man's land tonight and cut through the barbed wire. Make them think an attack is coming. These kind of disruptive tactics were common. Morale throughout the group is actually pretty dang good. We're going to send the 2 new guys out for this task. Herr Unteroffizier, I carried out your order but was wounded in the process. I think I can go on, but I'd like to ask you to go easy on me these next days. Herr Unteroffizier, there's a sniper somewhere on the other side. He nearly got me earlier. Ended up just being a grazing shot, but it was close. And it hurts, nonetheless. Okay, so 1 was wounded of the 2 guys we sent out. 1 was wounded, grazed by a sniper. Well rested is removed, and the mood is down to just good. This time we are tasked with what? Communication trench collapsed. Gather your shovels, and we have to rebuild. 3 for maintaining trenches. To fetch ammunition and rations. Our rations are still at just 2 days. So we'll send 1 guy for Cumberbunt is going to go get ammunition, along with Lotza, and Vellinger is going to get rations. Schmidt-Bauer was the one who was wounded. Everything has the same risk, so. Something's going on in the French trenches. Someone should take a closer look. Who knows what they are preparing? Recon mission it is. Artillery mortars and nightly commando operations by the French have left holes in our barbed wire. Send somebody out to fix it. Okay, we do have an observant Cumberbunt. He is attentive. He is also very cautious, but he is not sure what sort of difficulty this tasks. It's more just about the risk of injury, so Schmidt-Bauer will keep him off that one as he's already wounded. And so is Lotza. Cumberbunt. Didn't see anything out of the ordinary during recon. Hopefully that's a good sign. So far, I'll take that as a very good sign. Lotza. The French have a sniper in the area. He already shot some of our comrades. We should be extra careful in the near future. No assignment from headquarters? Wow. We're going to get through this turn with some extra rations. Halfway through our rotation. We now have enough rations and ammunition. We don't need to get after either one of these. If something happens, we've got it covered. Schmidt-Bauer. They've been busier than usual lately. I have a bad feeling about this. We should keep an eye on that. Make sure they won't surprise us. Fingers crossed. Folks, so far so good. We're down to 2 turns till we head back. Still no headquarters assignments either. But this... I think the French are preparing an attack. I saw a lot of troop movement out there while scouting. There are many more soldiers in the trenches than usual, and they lugged in crate after crate of ammunition. We should inform the lieutenant. And we have an engagement in 1 turn. Rations for 2 days. We'll only send 1 guy for that. Darn. You almost kind of want it just over with in the first days. But they haven't sent us gather ammunition anytime recently, so maybe that ammunition will actually feed into the engagement. So additional time meant we are actually equipped with the ammunition we need for the engagement. Hopefully that's the case, because we've had to deal with everyone getting, not feeling great. We only need 1 for this. Everybody else will stay in reserve, and yay, another fight. Actually, I kind of figured that was coming, right? French launch an attack. Defend our trenches at all costs. Don't give them an inch of ground. They can have all the dirt they want. I'll just throw it in their face. Defend the trench, first task. We have low protection from artillery in this position. We have artillery shelling, medium added, and we are away from the battle at the moment. a unit that's in a good firing position there. We could make a tactical movement up here to get a stronger firing position ourselves. There's 5 and 5 on our left. On our right, we have a unit in a strong position above the trench here. We have a unit of 6 approaching with moderate cover ahead. There's another unit out here to the extreme. You might see through the fog, though I'm not getting a label for them. Here's another unit of 6. That's the 8th and 10th squad. The 5th squad has 5. They are under strong fire. This one's under moderate fire. We are to defend the trench. That would be advance. Tactical movement. That's a retreat. We definitely don't want to be retreating. It's not necessarily helpful. We're already in an advanced position. Shelling is a little more moderate. This time we see another unit off into the distance there. And I do just about see the feet of a unit right up here on our flanks. 8 is the one we want to suppress and take away their fire superiority. They are already under moderate fire, so it's the unit on our left. I'm assuming that's firing at them. The unit that was much further over on our flank has closed in a little bit to where they actually are supporting the flank now. The unit that was on top trying to gain some fire superiority has moved into the trench, while our left flank, they continue to occupy the same spaces. Our numbers are completely unchanged so far. We are ahead of us. The numbers don't seem to be changing either. Actually, I think these guys lost a man. They were at 6, were they not? No. And this unit's also down to 5. I think they were all at 6, if I remember correctly. And we can continue to suppress the same unit that apparently still has moderate cover and fire superiority. French are advancing on the right flank, 2 units on the go, and the unit that we've got under fire has not moved, but now the threat becomes more immediate on the right-hand side, while that left flank is unchanged. This unit has taken up the suppression task. Our left flank remains the same, though this group is under massive fire. Unit 3 is not one we have a fire superiority option on, even though they are much closer. We're looking at suppressing the left flank, both, leaving it kind of a 2-on-2 with these guys. We'll have to see. We'll go ahead and suppress both units that we can, keep them from advancing, keep the pressure on these guys on the right, and if they get themselves too exposed, then we'll take them on. Artillery shelling right as that group went through, and they are retreating. But the unit that we were suppressing, one of them is trying to advance. Let's hope we took one of them out. No. Situation unchanged. There is an additional unit over there that closed in further outside the flank, but there's only 4. And the group that we were suppressing here has pushed further to the left, meanwhile to the right. So there's a big pocket, there's a big hole that we could attack right on through, but our assignment is still to defend the trench. Only 2 units on the right versus 2, but it's 4 versus 2 on the left. So we definitely, I think, want to support the group on the left a little bit more right now. Okay, we find a 3rd unit on our left flank, which is good. Situation on the right flank appears unchanged. And that unit, that was the French unit that was up here, looks like they pushed back, so they thought better of their situation. And now we're seeing even more. So we've got 4 units versus their 5 at the moment, but we're dug in better. This 5th unit has definitely gotten in close. Right now we're not doing anything, so get more, folks. We do have nice fire from behind, and there is a unit pressing up into that pocket right next to us. We almost ended up in hand-to-hand combat. The worrying thing here is there's 2 units right on top of us. This is now into close combat. We're going to need the ammo to get 1 guy to search the crates. No, they have 6. I think we need to be in close combat. Like, we need to throw everything at these guys. We don't want to run away. So we have close quarters combat, direct firefight, narrow cover, find equipment added, change to exceptional prestige. So I love that we just made that move. I think we're almost guaranteed to take some of the wounded that those guys. Direct firefight, close quarters combat, moderate artillery shelling, and under moderate fire, and we have fire support. More so than what they have. They've moved out of the spot, which gave us the advantage. There you go, we just took out a man, but another group is moving into the spot. They only have 4. They have moved up, but there is a unit on the flank, so that can help push them back. They're still into the trench, though. That's a surprise. We took out one of their guys. He's heaving. He's alive, but only just. And this unit that came in, they're down to 3. So they had 4 a moment ago. 4 guys for close combat. That's with those 3. And Pedersen has been wounded. So that's going to occupy 2 other guys. I want to maintain a numerical advantage here in the 4-on-3. So still no searching of crates at this moment. Let's hope that the continued pressure will weaken this unit. And then let's hope... Oh, these guys have moved off our... They were in a very good support position. Alright. Again, no searching the crates. We are very busy with the task at hand. And treating our wounded soldier. And certainly not wanting to leave him behind right now. That looked like an artillery shell. This guy is getting up. And these guys are moving in on that flank. Gosh, this is just chaotic. This unit's retreating. Lost 2 men. These guys moved out of the trench right here, but there's another one right there. They're all wounded. So that's good for us. There's 2 wounded and retreating. There's 1 wounded right there. We've inflicted heavy losses. They're down to 2. That's all wounded there. And our unit that was supporting us has recovered the trench here. So they're all getting pushed back. But meanwhile, this is where they're trying to push forward. We have the 4 and 5 here. That's our immediate threat. We do have 6 in support. Okay, Hunt. I saw Pedersen's bleeding. Looks like he won't have to go to the field hospital. Nice. But Bellinger was just able to escape from the grenade. That could have ended badly. I did see that something hit very close by. Lotsa. 2 splinters got me, I think. No, hardly any blood. I can carry on. Okay. Pedersen. See if the wound wasn't as bad as it looked. I think I can continue. Your orders. Nice. Look at that. Okay, 6 strong. Vellinger returning. We will hold this position. And we've got these 4 guys in close combat. I want to save... I want that numerical advantage, 5-on-4. So again, no searching crates this turn. Those guys are very much out in the open. Oh, man. Okay, our support's coming up on us. Trying to surrender, but they've got nothing. That's Vellinger. That's Vellinger right there, so that's not good. Okay, damn, we've run out of ammunition. We have nothing left to fight the enemy. We have to find ammunition somewhere. Crap on that part. Search the crates is very much something we're going to have to do. There's 4 men on the flank over here. Hopefully we have some support, but not sure about that. There's just a single man here. It's not giving us the option to hold this position, though. It's like I have to. I have no desire to retreat, folks. But it's not giving me the option to stay put. We can't search those crates if we're going to defend. But I also don't want to be leaving Vellinger. Don't want to leave Vellinger. We have superiority over these guys and support. Okay, well, the 6 are still there. Those 5 have moved into the trench. Those 4 are still holding our previous position. And Vellinger has been left alone. He is alone in that spot now. So there's nobody else with him. We have got to push. We're still trying to retreat. Like, it's not giving me the option to do anything else. Stay on the move. If we're going to get to Vellinger and rescue him, and if we're going to take out these 3 guys, we have to be aggressive. So, again, it's not giving me an option to stay put. We have no ammunition. Do something. It did change Vellinger from surrender to return to troop. So he's no longer under I want to surrender circumstances. Yikes, that was close. And it's still on the return to troop. Stress lowered a little bit. Under massive fire has lowered. And oh, look what we have here. There's 1 French troop left and a group of 5 soldiers there. What we don't have, though, is anything good. Vellinger's no longer there. Vellinger's got to be somewhere in the area. What if we advance to here now? There we go. That guy is surrendering now. There's only a single guy left here. Ha! The enemy is withdrawing. Hold the line. Make sure the French don't change their mind. Task completed. Defend the trench. Barely. I mean, this has been a real struggle. But we have... And look! Look! Vellinger! Vellinger has made it back. We have all 6. We're going to move to next cover. There is supply here. There we go. Find equipment. Moderate cover. Flanking the enemy. Low protection from artillery. There's a lone French soldier there, but come on, 6 on 1. He's going to surrender. So Valle is surrendering. And somebody will search crates. Our observant Cummerbund will take that task. I have no idea what return to trench necessarily means. We'll find out here. Is that escort? There we go. Escort the prisoner. We have the extra guys for this. So I was able to find some ammunition. Awesome. Okay, we're back into the fight. Right now we have a take cover. We're just gonna walk right past him. There you go. That guy's dead. Took him out in the process. Okay, French troop 3. See, now we're pushing this flank out. That's why this fight's still ongoing too, because while we decimated this flank, and you know they have 1 troop left, these guys are surrendering. So these guys are surrendering. The ones back here. This one just died. Down to 1 guy. And isn't he like wounded? Or retreating, either way, whatever it is. But they're in such bad shape. But not over here. They are not in such bad shape over here, right? We do have some support, but not great support. Full control now of the left flank. Literally just 2 survivors in retreat there. A couple wounded, very much on the edge, and these guys under retreat. We showed them we are victorious. 3 hurrahs for the Kaiser. now returning to the troop. We'll wait for everyone to be here before we bother. In fact, we're down to 3 guys on our flank where I think it was 4, so this might not be done yet, but before we move on to another position and, like, say, advance up to here or something, I want to make sure that we are intact. Change to light stress. And that's the end of the level. Okay. While we did encounter a couple light wounds of our own, very minor, that was as close to a complete success as you're going to get. For the enemy, we completely wiped out one of their flanks with only a couple survivors. The other flank took casualties as well. Our flank that was going up against that stronger flank, the one that we didn't end up supporting, did not fare terribly well until the later part of the fight, where us and one of the other units moved back in to help, and then the French had already decided to retreat by that point. It was close to being a disaster. I mean, we were initially losing the trench, but we kept superiority in terms of firepower. We ran out of ammunition there for quite a while. Struggled for a bit, struggled to find any ammunition. We moved from spot to spot and eventually found some. By that point, the fight had kind of turned in our favor thanks to us for a while, but thanks to our support units, and we came out unscathed, hardly losing any of our fellow soldiers, where the French unit was pretty decimated. So I'd say all in all, that's our best fight yet. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.